Hello and welcome to the National Debate. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, just a day after the Enforcement Directorate received a big boost in its case against senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram, the CBI was dealt a massive blow as the Delhi court discharged Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia in the infamous Liquorgate probe. The court put up the agency for not being able to present evidence or witnesses to corroborate their findings and observed that the agency had no grounds to frame charges. The court order has given a big fillip to Arvind Kejriwal and the I.N.D.I.A Bloc, who maintain that the BJP has been misusing agencies and hounds opposition leaders. The BJP, on the other hand, has accused Kejriwal of erasing evidence. Crucially, this development also comes just months ahead of crucial state elections, where the I.N.D.I.A Bloc could now possibly use Kejriwal's case to reinforce their campaign against the NDA. Has this order exposed a political witch hunt, or is there more than what meets the eye? Let me quickly introduce our panelists here in the studio. With us is Charu Pragya, spokesperson of BJP. With us also is Shashank Shekhar Jha, lawyer of the Supreme Court. Joining us also is Anmol Pawar, spokesperson of I.N.D.I.A Party, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress Party, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst, and Vikas Gupta, criminal lawyer. Also with us is Raman Malik, political analyst. Let's quickly go across to the first point that I'm going to bring across to you, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the first debating point that we're looking at in terms of what has transpired and why is this a part of our national debate today. Let's quickly bring up the first set of graphics of what has unfolded as far as this particular case is concerned. And first takeaway coming in from the court is that Kejriwal and Sisodia have been exonerated by the Delhi court. The second takeaway is that the court has acquitted all the 23 accused that have been named by the CBI in this particular case. Takeaway number 3, the CBI has failed to furnish evidence before the court has been clearly stated in this particular proceeding. The Delhi court has questioned CBI's charge sheet itself, and that is quite unusual. Takeaway number 5, we can quickly bring that up on the screen. The court says no grounds to frame charges in this particular case. Takeaway 6, the court has flagged assault on tenets of rule of law. This is a very, very serious charge and observation coming in there. The court has objected to the use of the term, quote unquote, South Group. Now, this is a term that has found a lot of space in the media, was used extensively by the agency, and this is an offensive term, the court questioning the usage itself. The court has also ordered an inquiry against erring officials in this case, saying that there should be an inquiry against them. Now, let's also look at what the court has said as far as the CBI's role is concerned. They say no prima facie case was made out. This is the first observation. They've also said that the conspiracy theory has been dismantled in this entire case. They further added that the probe was in a predetermined manner. Was it a witch hunt? That's the question that arises. It gave an illusion of credibility, of course, talking about the various statements of various witnesses, including the approvers. The Goa link is based on assumptions, is what has been further observed. There's no criminality in policy making. Very, very important. The prosecution theory equals conjecture. Another very damning observation there coming in from the court. The conspiracy claim stands eroded, says the court. It also says that it fails to survive judicial scrutiny. That is observation number 9. Clearly, of course, the Delhi High Court blasting the CBI and the quality of its probe in this entire case. Now, Arvind Kejriwal has clearly attacked the BJP. He says the BJP conspired to destroy the I.N.D.I.A Party. What has he further said? He has further attacked the BJP in terms of the misuse of the agencies. He says that PM Modi, HM Shah must apologize for this. He's further gone on to say that Kejriwal is Kattar Imandar. That is the third attack. Attack number 4, court said that it found no evidence. So very clearly, the Kejriwal in this attack mode as far as the centre and the BJP is concerned. BJP's only way to stop me is to kill me. A dramatic statement that coming in from the former Delhi Chief Minister saying, dare BJP to hold polls in Delhi. This is clearly Kejriwal smarting from what has happened last year as far as the election result is concerned, and perhaps rightly so, because this is a case that found a lot of mention through the course of the campaign. If the BJP gets 10 seats, will quit politics, says Arvind Kejriwal. The Congress has no right to criticize us, says Arvind Kejriwal as well. And Arvind Kejriwal going on to say that he went to jail, but the Gandhis did it. Attack number 10, Sisodia went to jail, Robert Vadra didn't. This is a further attack on the Congress party coming in from the side of Arvind Kejriwal. So let's quickly open this up and take it across to our guest now. Charu Pragya, my first question is to you. Does this court judgment, the fact that Kejriwal spent about 5 months in jail, Sisodia spent about 17 months in jail. The court's observations are stinging. Does this mean that this was fundamentally a flawed case that has absolutely no basis, but it did have huge political ramifications in the Delhi election?
Madhav, good evening, and good evening to everyone. Now, a voice of caution for those celebrating with the Aam Aadmi Party today. यहाँ पर acquittal नहीं हुआ है और कोई clean chit नहीं मिल रही है, and they were all dancing around like Kejriwal won the Bharat Ratna. He did not. Let's understand this is simple procedural relief, and that too from a lower court. CBI is already preparing.
Isn't it worse than an acquittal? Because the trial is not going to.
Let me finish my flow of thought, Madhav. Let me finish and I'll tell you why I'm saying what I'm saying. So this is only the lower court. CBI is already preparing to move the High Court. Very shortly we will come to know what's transpiring there. But you know, it all seems like deja vu to me. In 2024, exactly a similar situation occurred when the same Rouse Avenue Court gave bail, regular bail to Arvind Kejriwal. And do you know what were the observations of the Honorable High Court and the Supreme Court after that? The High Court maintained that they failed to consider material evidence. The High Court maintained that the Rouse Avenue Court had procedural mishandling for this particular case, and later on overturned that order, and I'll tell you why. You can delete chats. You can get rid of 170 phones that you used for your communication. You can get rid of files overnight from your offices. How do you explain the money trail that CAG report talks about? 2,000 crore plus. No, how do you explain the money trail that the Supreme Court has marked?
You know, I think this is the first time all these hearings. I'm not going to counter you on the facts that you're stating. And
I'm only talking facts.
But Charu Pragya, the facts that are mentioned by this particular court judge have taken the case far beyond. Because this is the first proper judicial order that has come in this case, and it does not look very good. Because they are raising questions about the quality of judgment, they are raising the quality of the investigation, they are raising questions of the quality of evidence, and this kind of stinging observation, perhaps it's rare to find this in any corruption case.
That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's exactly why I said it is like deja vu. Madhav, see, the important thing to remember here is that there was a liquor policy which was approved post facto by the cabinet. Liquor policy pehle bani, sign off pehle ho gayi, cabinet approval baad mein aaya. Ek second, meri baat hai.
Saying that you cannot intervene or find criminality in a policy making.
No. Let me come down to more facts.
Raising questions on the court.
Anmol, let me finish. I know you have enough to say, but let me finish. Profit margins are raised from 5% to 12%. Number of shops go up. Shops खोल दी गई स्कूल के बाहर, shops खोल दी गई कॉलेजेस के बाहर. एक पर एक बोतल फ्री आप देने लग गए. और उसके बाद आप बोलते हैं. उसके बाद आप बोलते हैं.
Okay, one by one.
The question is, where is the money? And the court is going to continue asking you that.
We can't second guess what the appellate court will do. But for the moment, what we have before us is this particular judgment. But issues of policy, the money trail, there are many unanswered questions, she says. Respond to that.
Madhav Ji, Satyamev Jayate. Today, truth has triumphed over falsehood. Today, justice has triumphed over injustice. Today, the Honorable Rouse Avenue Court has passed a historic judgment wherein our leader Arvind Kejriwal ji, Manish Sisodia ji and 21 other accused have been discharged. And the Honorable Court, just a minute,
you got your turn.
And the Honorable Court has wrapped the investigative agency CBI. We have been saying this for the last 2 years, that this is a false and fabricated case. There's no shred of evidence. There's no money trail which has been established. Not a single evidence, not a single witness. And I'll quote what the Honorable Court today said. The court said that there are various lapses on part of the probe agency. The agency has failed to place any material showing that the then Delhi CM accused in case received or facilitated receipt of bribe money. The judge also found no documentary or electronic evidence establishing any pecuniary advantage to Kejriwal arising from the alleged scam. And most importantly, court said while it is to the credit of the investigative agency that it has placed reliance on the statements of its own witnesses, even when such evidence runs contrary to the prosecution's fundamental allegation, means the court has completely demolished the prosecution's case. And as far as Manish Sisodia ji is concerned, very important, the court held that there was no material showing demand or acceptance of illegal gratification by him, and that the CBI failed to establish any direct or indirect financial train linking him to the alleged bribe transactions.
No.
Okay.
Secondly,
can I get a quick interjection?
Responding to her
very quick
quickly,
interjection.
one by one, please. There are the others also. Please conclude your point.
She said that where is the money trail? भाई साहब हम भी तो यही पूछ रहे हैं, एक चवन्नी रिकवर नहीं कर पाए, एक चवन्नी रिकवर नहीं कर पाए. Today the Prime Minister of our country must apologize. Today the Home Minister of our country must apologize. माफी मांगे आपके नेता अरविंद केजरीवाल जी से माफी मांगे, देश की जनता से माफी मांगे, आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं से माफी मांगे.
Pawar, this is not a political rally. Put your placards down and answer the question. The point is very simple. That if this was such a fake case, why is it that the court in this particular case allowed for the framing of charges? It should have been thrown out at that stage itself.
No, Madhav G, she also pointed out, although she is a lawyer, but she was saying that acquittal kahan hua hai, discharge hua hai. Madhav G, discharge stands on a higher pedestal than acquittal. The
that
court
is not
said,
my question.
No,
Is that what I asked you?
Just a minute.
Is that my question? I asked her that question. Now you answer my question.
The court in 600-page judgment traversed all the facts, all the evidences which they have placed on record. Court said कि भाई साहब इसमें इतने भी तथ्य नहीं है कि ट्रायल शुरू करा जा सके, कि किसी को गवाही के लिए बुलाया जा सके. ये केस निराधार है, फर्जी है.
लेकिन इतने तथ्य तो है कि चार्जेस फ्रेम हो जाए. That much evidence is there.
Court said that charges frame नहीं हो सकते. Here's the proof.
No. Charges
600 पेज.
So how were they framed?
600 पेज का ऑर्डर है और आप फिर भी कह रहे हो.
No, they have not sent it forward to trial, but the charges were framed.
No.
Let me bring it, Shashank.
10 seconds. Let me correct you. Maybe your research team has misinformed you. Today, the matter was placed at the stage of framing of charges. At the stage of framing of charges, the court found out that not even prima facie case has been proved against our leaders. That is why charges have not been framed.
Has the
Why
court
is
said,
that bari kiya? Why is that bari? माफी मांगे तुम्हारे नेता नरेंद्र मोदी.
Calm down. Calm down. Has the court said they cannot appeal this in the High Court? Has the court said that?
Sorry?
They have an appeal in the High Court. They can appeal it further. It's not the final order in this case.
But justice has prevailed here, and we are confident that justice will prevail in the High Court.
If they win in the High Court, then justice, they will say, is appealing there. But let me go one by one. Let me bring in first of all Shashank Shekhar Jha. Shashank Shekhar Jha, answer this question. But I want to read out a few basic things that the court has very clearly said. The court has said that the alleged conspiracy is nothing more than a speculative construct resting on conjecture and surmise. It has said the investigation, when tested against the material collected by the agency itself, reflects a fundamental failure to properly appreciate, evaluate or draw lawful inferences from the evidence and documents on record. There's much more. But this itself is such a damning statement coming in from the court.
Namaste Madhavji and my fellow panelists here. Madhavji, there is no difference as such between, discharge and acquittal. Arvind Kejriwal is a free man today. Arvind Kejriwal is a free man today. Arvind Kejriwal is
Effect may be different.
I am completely on legal effect.
But we all understand that much of procedure that once a trial is concluded, you are either acquitted or there is a sentence.
No.
In this particular case, the trial itself does not happen.
Yeah, so he is a free man. In case of acquittal also he will be a free man.
How does that
the
reflect
difference
on
is
how does that reflect on the prosecuting agency?
He's a free man, he's an honest man.
This is not right. Don't jump up and down in every statement. There are many others here. There are 5 other panelists who have not even spoken. Let him speak. The point I'm asking you is simply this. Yeah. The court is saying that this reflects very poorly on the quality of the investigation.
Yeah, coming to that.
And that will in fact give all political parties of the opposition a chance to say that you are misusing the agencies against us.
Now coming to that, it is very difficult to understand this judgment given the fact that High Court has actually noted down in their judgment twice, saying that doubting the statement recorded by those approvers will be doubting or casting aspirations on judges themselves. Now going out of league and saying that no, we will not conduct trial and we will discharge someone guilty or for that one prima facie guilty of something. Now High Court has categorically stated 2 judges, Neema Bansal as well as Sudhir Jain, Honorable High Court judges has said that there are prima facie evidences against accused including Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, thereby rejecting their bails. No, the High Court has also said that High Court has categorically stated, and I will quote, the petitioners has been arrested in money laundering case. The courts have considered the same with regard to law.
This is not a money
Kejriwal would have known. Sir, please don't disturb. Please don't. Why are you disturbing? Why are you disturbing?
No, if you can't heckle everyone.
High Court said.
One by one.
High Court said one thing very. High Court said one thing very important. That is what shocks me in this case. High Court said we cannot do mini trial without getting into merits. We cannot do mini trial at High Court level. Here, a district district court just says that we do not want to do trial, we will directly discharge you. My point is, if there are no evidences, let the trial happen.
The facts. But they are one minute. They have obviously gone through all the facts. The court is not speaking in the air. They are going on to say that all the kind of charges that has happened. They have, for instance, raised question on the entire investigation itself. They've said why was the prosecution unable to, and in fact they've also rapped saying that it reveals a premeditated and choreographed exercise where roles appear to have been retrospectively assigned to suit a preconceived narrative. Now what is this? If the court has not examined the evidence on record, how are they jumping to this conclusion?
District courts of Delhi jurisdiction falls under the purview of Delhi High Court. When Delhi High Court says that there are enough material to prosecute the person,
that's in a bail hearing.
No.
So procedural hearing. This is the first time at trial stage that the court is saying this is a trial court's order. You appeal it in the High Court.
The trial court says one thing, that there is no prima facie case against him. When High Court has categorically made a statement that there is prima facie case against them and we cannot discharge them because when they challenge the ED's order, then
because
how can the trial court
the
go
High
against
Court has
the High
already
Court?
said that this evidence is admissible. That's his. That's
yes, it is.
Vikas Gupta, please.
Permit me a couple of minutes. Let me dispel some of the doubts that's been created in last couple of minutes. Madhav, first of all, any observation made in the bail order has no bearing on the merits of the case.
Not only bail, but discharge also.
It's okay. Let him speak.
No, discharge. Please permit me to. Madhav, last 2 days has been a double blow for the ruling dispensation. First was the NCRT fiasco. They wanted to test the water, attack on the institution, and today this has come. Most importantly, the government has been able to dismantle the government of that day, but they have not been able to dismantle the rule of the law. That is important, That is what has survived. The institution has stood the political pressures, and most importantly, Madhav, what needs to be seen, that sending someone on the trial, prima facie evidence is required for issuing of summons. Here, for sending to someone for trial and framing charges is on grave suspicion. Here, the learned judge does not find any grave suspicion. He doesn't even prima facie finds any material to send them for trial. So this is on a much, much higher footing than on acquittal, because the acquittal is on the basis of beyond reasonable doubt. Here, there is not even sufficient material to send Arvind Kejriwal, his team, and other 21 accused for trial. So I think this is a victory for the judiciary, and last 2 days has been a double blow for the ruling dispensation.
It's a double blow for the ruling dispensation. Okay.
Just 30 seconds.
Quick response.
Yeah, High Court has said, and I will quote, ED was able to trace enough material in the form of statement of the approver, Hawala dealer, and an Aam Aadmi Party candidate in 2022 Goa elections. This is prima facie evidence.
But the Goa elections, the investigation has completely been thrown out by the trial.
So this is the High Court's observation.
One second.
One second. Just 10 seconds.
The court has made a statement on Goa investigation.
Just 10 seconds. My only point is, had there been a trial and he had been acquitted, I would have understood. Without getting into trouble, how can he say that there is no prima facie evidence when High Court says contrary?
One by one. Let him answer. I'm coming to each of you. One by one, please. One by one.
But one very interesting aspect, I probably missed out, my friend reminded me, the ED case also goes away, because it is based on the predicate offence. Yeah. Once the predicate offence, because ED is a two-legged horse, you must have heard that phrase in legal parlance. So once the CBI, the predicate offence goes, the ED, because that's a proceed of trial. And proceed
but what if the High Court overturns this judgment?
Of course, then it's
so a lot depends on what the High Court does.
Madhav, I am talking as of now.
See, there are three people who have not yet spoken. Please be patient. I know everyone is excited. Everyone wants to.
I'm just saying that High Court said something about political things. I will quote. The matter before this court is not between. Just 5 seconds.
Let Raman Malik
just 5 seconds.
Raman Malik, these are specific allegations or observations of the court. The court has specifically said that they've said the policy, there's no material to suggest even prima facie that the policy was manipulated, altered, or engineered to confer any undue or unlawful benefit. In fact, it's affirmed that the policy emerged from a consultative and deliberative exercise. Now, they've also come down very heavily on the use of a term South Lobby. They've said that would you go to a Chennai court and use this term? Will you also use a term like North Lobby? So a lot in terms of the quality of the investigation itself that is being, seriously undermined by the court over here.
So, Madhav, if I look at it with a very independent, unbiased vision, so if one court, they take it as the gospel truth, the other court's judgments or statements should also be gospel truth. it should not be that only a selective part of the judiciary is gospel truth, number one. Number two, I remember the cases of J.J. Lalita. She was acquitted and then later the High Court gave her a tough sentence. The same happened with Lalu Yadav. The same happened with the 2G case and the coal case. Now, coming further down onto this, you know, the court has said acquittal and disposing the case. There are two parts of it. So, and that legal, prudence and that legal terminology is very, very minute. The third part, which is most important, is I would not like to go on to the NCERT part because that is again a big debate which has to happen. When it happens, I do not know, but it should happen because the three arms given under our constitution, the executive, legislative and the judiciary, are all accountable to the Union of India and the people of India. And they must come out with the facts.
But that left, court, so I don't think
that left aside. That left aside.
We've seen what the government has said in court.
You should accept one thing, Madhav, that the most important part which should be remembered right now, when the judges in the Nupur Sharma case gave an observation that she is trying to do this and that time also it was overstretching. So it is not the first time that a judicial officer has gone or may have gone way past the limit.
Okay, let him conclude your point. Let him conclude.
So,
I see many.
My total submission here is, right now, there are going to be various filings in the High Court by the authorities.
Yes.
Before that, if Mr. Kejriwal can show bina aasu ke rone ka drama, then he should be in Bollywood rather than being here.
Vivek Srivastava.
Can I come in for
a simple
question?
point that he's making. He's making a point that it's
Yes.
not the first time that there's an acquittal in a corruption case happening at the level of a trial court.
Yes.
He's saying this has happened before in the case of Jayalalitha, Lalu Yadav, and he's right. We have seen the High Courts then intervene and undo what has been done by the trial court.
Yes.
So is this too premature a celebration by the Aam Aadmi Party and other opposition parties is a question that he's asking.
No.
Answer that.
No, he's wrong. We have already talked to many legal eagles and we have talked about it. This particular case is different. You do not have the material to even start the trial. What is the High Court going to do? Where are the fresh evidences? What are you going to give? And look at the observations that you yourself
So
quoted.
that means what he's saying
There
is
is
the High Court was stupid.
Hold on,
refuse
please.
the bail.
Let him say that. Okay.
Hold
And
on,
the
hold on.
Supreme
Let him
Court.
finish.
Hold
Let
on.
him finish.
Hold
He's
on.
wrong. He's
Hold
not
on.
going to come
Hey,
here. He
sir,
didn't interrupt you.
Suniya
Give him the
Pahale,
courtesy. Let him
Pahale.
speak for a minute.
Let me speak.
Make his open
Okay.
point.
This was a conspiracy, and rightly said by Vikas Gupta, it is a victory of the process, it is the victory of the judiciary, and a very good message has been given to the citizens of this country. Neta log lado, partiyan lade, but न्यायपालिका आपकी न्यूट्रल है. This is the biggest message that today's verdict is given to the country. Number one.
Why did you want to impeach Gogoi?
Hold on, please. Hold on.
Why did you come to impeach Gogoi?
I think that's a valid question because only when you, once again, only when you win certain cases,
Yes.
then democracy is alive and institutions are independent, but not otherwise. That's the argument that they are making. Respond to that.
No, because here it is not only about the judgment, it is about the process by which the CBI conducted the whole probe. That has been questioned.
If tomorrow High Court accepts, if tomorrow the High Court accepts this case, what would you say?
So what will happen? So what will happen if the High Court accepts the case? Once again, answer his question. He's saying what will happen if the High Court says no, conduct a trial again.
It is, let's see, but I do not think there's
No, if they do, then what?
This case is different.
Will you take your word back?
One by one, not like this. One by one.
You are comparing.
High Court has.
You are comparing wrong cases.
Let him finish.
You are
Don't jump in
comparing
like
wrong
this.
cases. In case of Jayalalitha's case, prima facie evidence was the material that was confiscated, including the saris, the sandals, the gold, and there were so many other things.
What about
it was
the phone?
hold on please, 4,000 crore worth of assets were actually
170 phone तोड़ने वाला कौन होगा?
They say the
यहाँ क्या है?
they say the entire policy was changed to benefit a few people. All right, Charu bhaiya.
Second जवाब देने के दीजिए. Now everybody is quoting High Court. Now let me quote the Honorable Supreme Court, and I read: the Supreme Court calculated that the increase in wholesale wholesale profit margin from 5% to 12% resulted in 338 crore of proceeds of crime intended to ensure illegal gains for private players. Let me continue.
Supreme Court is always higher than let her speak. After that you can respond. Yeah.
देखो मुझे पता है खुश हो, लेकिन इतनी प्रीमेच्योर इतनी खुशी मत दिखाओ कि कल बहुत ज्यादा रोना पड़े। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक बात और बोली है,
सारे
अनमोल
not like this, not like this, this is not correct.
पॉलिटिकल डायलॉग मत मारो, क्योंकि मैं
stick to the point. No cross debate. Stick to the point. Yeah.
Supreme Court has also noted that the policy appeared designed by the Delhi government to provide preferential treatment to private entities in exchange for kickbacks. This is the Honorable Supreme Court. Most importantly, and very importantly, Manish Sisodia.
Where are the kickbacks? Where is the money trial? Which account? What cash?
1 second.
On money trial.
अब मैं केवल इनके नेताओं को कोट कर रही हूँ। मनीष सिसोदिया himself admitted to destroying phones. Why were you destroying phones?
Let her make a point. You can rebut it.
अब मेरी बातों से, मेरे सवालों से डर लग रहा है। तो मनीष सिसोदिया himself admitted to destroying phones. Second, what these leaders did was they threw Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi also under the bus. Completely threw them under the bus. And I want to ask again, has this entire thing for the last few years been a figment of everybody's imagination? Chief Mahal ने आपको exist करता, आपने बनाई नहीं, अरे आपको सवालों के जवाब
for the last 2 years they have unleashed
आपने ये क्यों बोला कि सारी की सारी गलती आतिशी की और सौरभ भारद्वाज की है? Let's wash our hands of the whole thing. अब मैं सवाल पूछ रही हूँ, जवाब दीजिए.
Let Anmol, Aam Aadmi Party.
For the last 2 years they have unleashed.
All right, I'm going across to the next point. Both of you cannot remain disciplined. I'm going across to the next debating point. This is a response coming in from the Congress party. They say the first charge is that strategic clean sheet has been given to Arvind Kejriwal. This is what Pawan Khera says. He says the discharge is linked to Gujarat elections. The third charge is Kejriwal, a convenient ally of the BJP. Charge number 4, this is temporary relief given by the BJP. Charge number 5, BJP using Aam Aadmi Party to weaken the Congress, is a statement coming in from Pawan Khera. Kejriwal from Narendra School of Drama is the allegation coming in from Pawan Khera as well. Now, these are the allegations of the official spokesperson of the Congress party. There are some different views coming in as well. The government has mortgaged the integrity of probe agencies, say MK Stalin. Mahua Moitra TMC says BJP puppets ED and CBI will die in the face of truth. And there's a response from Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena UBT, who says that Kejriwal fought lies, propaganda and toxic agenda. Modi Shah government will fall apart like fake cases. Saket Gokhale. Sagrika Ghosh says Modi government's vicious and vindictive politics is now exposed. ED chief should be arrested and thrown in jail. That's IP Singh of Samajwadi Party. Bashir Ahmed of National Congress says central government misuse agencies for vendetta. Ashwini, ये तो बड़ी दुविधा की बात हो गई. Are you going to defend now what Pawan Khera is saying, or are you going to defend what the India allies are saying? Because both of them are at completely different pages.
Why do you think they are on completely different pages, Madhav?
Because they are saying that this is conspiracy. Pawan Khera is saying no, this is a conspiracy. BJP and Aam Aadmi Party are linked.
BJP and Aam Aadmi parties are chor Mosere bhai. They started with the propaganda in 2013.
Alliance
आपको आधा घंटे सुना है, बोलो तो
He's getting a chance to speak after no, 1 second. He's getting a chance to speak after half an hour. Let's give him a minute at least, please.
आम आदमी पार्टी केजरीवाल पेपर लेके घूमते थे, सब मिले हुए जी हैं, सब चोर हैं, अभी रो रहे हैं. आपको उस समय मनमोहन सिंह जी के आंसू, सोनिया गांधी जी के आंसू नहीं दिखते थे.
इनकलाब
तब नहीं दिखता था जब आपने बताइए 2G स्कैम, 3G स्कैम, कोलगेट, कितने सारे स्कैम थे. किसमें कन्विक्शन हुआ? केजरीवाल जी पेपर लेके घूमते थे. आम आदमी पार्टी को यह समझना चाहिए कि अगर आप दूसरों के घर जलाने की कोशिश करोगे तो आपके भी हाथ जलेंगे, या आपके आज हाथ जले हैं. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू भारतीय जनता पार्टी, which all India Alliance is speaking about. भारतीय जनता पार्टी, CBI, which is supposed to be an autonomous body, has been working like a central behest investigation agency. CBI and ED has been used as a political tool to do pressure politics. हमने देखा भी है, ED ने 25 लोगों पे केस किए, पॉलिटिशियन पे 23 बीजेपी ज्वाइन कर लिए. सेम प्रेशर पॉलिटिक्स से कीप ट्राइंग. जो बहादुर होते हैं वो फाइट आउट करते हैं, जो कमजोर होते हैं शामिल हो जाते हैं. इफ यू लुक एट द कन्विक्शन रेट ऑफ CBI and ED, it is in last 12 years. Can Madhav, probably Charu can tell me how many people have been convicted by the
No, I'll tell you.
CBI and ED who are politicians, and if they have not joined the BJP, then probably zero. So,
Well, Ashwini
Can I
Mishra, may
tell
I
you?
ask you a question? You know, the same Congress party was seen sharing a stage with Sunita Kejriwal, right?
Right.
It was Mallikarjun Kharge, I believe there was Sonia Gandhi and other top leaders of the Congress party. That was during Lok Sabha elections. During assembly elections, you were fighting against each other. If you're so committed to the fight against corruption, what happened during assembly? Was it then more political convenience?
no,
They
it is
fought
not.
with Lalu Yadav
It is the empathy. We were. Yeah, it is.
Oh, empathy Lok Sabha mein assembly
Nahi,
mein
it is the
kaisa
empathy
hai bhai?
because
empathy hai?
this government, this BJP government was using these agencies as for the political vendetta. It is important for us to stand against the atrocities of the central
Yeah, but
government.
then why-
It is
so
important
why-
for us.
so why was this
Even we are having.
So why was this atrocity not seen during assembly
See,
polls?
Madhav, every political party has an ideology, and then there's a bigger cause. The bigger cause is we have to fight against the atrocities of this government, which is unleashing on the people of the country. These agencies
Correct.
have been used as a tool.
I'm
और
saying
ये जरूरी है कि हम
let it-
साथ आए,
let it-
इनको बाहर,
quit,
इनको आईना
quit.
दिखाएं, इनको बाहर निकालें.
Okay.
But आम आदमी पार्टी थाली के बैगन की तरफ फ्लिप होती है.
Okay.
आम आदमी पार्टी थाली के बैगन की तरफ
Okay,
फ्लिप होती है.
Charlie, one second.
अब
Charlie,
थाली के बैगन को कौन संभालेगा?
Anwar Pawar.
Congress
बैगन तो आपके पास है, सब हमारे पास नहीं है.
Congress has become politically irrelevant today. People no longer trust them, and I'll expose this ilu between BJP and Congress.
Oh God.
From last 10 years, BJP leaders are shouting on the top of their voice that National Halal case is an open and shut case. There are clinching evidence. Neither Rahul Gandhi, nor Sonia Gandhi ji, nor Priyanka Gandhi, no one from the Gandhi family has been put behind bars, but our leaders stayed behind jail for 2 years in the so-called investigation scam, where nothing has been proved, where the BJP has been exposed completely.
They are fake. This is Bharatiya Janata Party's propaganda politics.
Okay,
They send CBI to Chidambaram
not like
because
this.
there's an election in Tamil
Not
Nadu
like
next
this.
year.
One second. Let me. Anwar Pawar, let me ask you a simple question. Let me ask you a simple question. If agencies are having misused, no, answer my question. I'm asking you a question. No, you can ask questions later. Let me answer my question. Why, if there is misuse of central agencies, then how is it that this particular ED case of Liquorgate is misuse of central agencies, but National Herald is not? You have to have one yardstick.
So you are saying that you are giving clean sheet to the Gandhi family?
I'm asking
National Herald
you.
case.
I'm asking
No,
you. Because
please,
opposition
this
says that
question-
agencies are being misused.
this question
You have
was
started
just
our
yes.
allies
Let
say
me
that.
reply.
But you are taking a
Let
very
me
different
reply.
line from the
Let
others
me
of India
reply.
Bloc.
Let
One
me
by one,
reply.
one by one.
This question should be asked to the BJP who used to shout on the top of their voice. इन्होंने आज तक क्यों नहीं अरेस्ट किया राहुल गांधी को? सोनिया गांधी को क्यों अरेस्ट नहीं किया?
फेक केस है.
क्यों नहीं किया?
फेक केस है.
बताइए क्यों नहीं किया?
वो बेल पर है, वो सारे बेल
They're
पर
on bail, sir.
है।
One second. You're a lawyer. One second.
माधव, you have a beautiful red spot. Please यहाँ पे बुलाइए अनमोल को और यहाँ पे धरना देगा वो. जैसे एलजी का ऑक्यूपाई करा था.
We'll settle this argument. Calm down. Everybody calm down. You're a lawyer. Are you aware what the legal status of the case of National Herald is? Are you aware that they're out on bail or not?
Should I? Yes.
Are you aware they're out on bail or not?
Just a minute.
So how will they be arrested?
In 2019.
Your
Yes,
argument
yes.
is that they should be arrested.
No.
How will they be arrested if they're out on bail?
You know why?
Madhav?
In 2019, before the Lok Sabha elections, their own leader said कि आते ही जेल में डालूंगा. नरेंद्र मोदी ने कहा था राहुल गांधी को जेल में डालूंगा. Even that time they were on bail. Even that time they were on bail.
Shashank.
But they don't have answers.
Anwar Pawar, calm down. You spoke enough.
माधव, 3 पॉइंट है, बड़ा सिंपल. नेशनल हेराल्ड केस और लिकर स्कैम केस में कंप्लेन जो वकील है दोनों कांग्रेस के नेता ही हैं. सबसे बड़ी बात तो मौसेरे भाई जो भी पॉइंट है, इस केस में कंप्लेनेंट कांग्रेस थी और सरकार ईडी केस चला रही है. दूसरा एस्पेक्ट ये है, दूसरा एस्पेक्ट है कि मैथ्स है. ज्यादा अगर बिका है दारू की बोतल है तो ज्यादा कमाई होना चाहिए था. 2000 करोड़ का नुकसान हुआ है. और तीसरा एस्पेक्ट है कि पहली बार देखा जा रहा है कि हाई कोर्ट के ऑब्जर्वेशन के बाद भी प्राइमा फेसाई केस है. ट्रायल कोर्ट ने बोला कि हम ट्रायल ही नहीं करेंगे. ट्रायल कोर्ट ने बोला कि हम सीधा डिस्चार्ज कर देते हैं. देयर इज नो ट्रायल. Understand, Madhavji, this is not acquittal. This is not trial.
That is not a feather in anybody's cap. It's a very bad thing for any agency if they say that trial.
This is bad for law also.
All right.
Give me 10 seconds.
I want you to come in.
I don't think this is sustainable for High Court.
Okay.
It is not trial.
Just 1 second, please. What does this mean for I.N.D.I.A Bloc unity? Of course, Aam Aadmi Party is on its own
I'll
trail.
tell you one thing.
But the point is, you have one set of opposition party leaders saying something, and then you have Aam Aadmi Party saying exactly the opposite.
You see, if there is a political rivalry in a particular state, let us say Kerala, between the left and the Congress, which has been there for maybe 70 years now. there is a political rivalry now in Delhi and in Punjab between the Congress and I.N.D.I.A Party. That is one truth. But that doesn't mean that Kejriwal is wrong or Rahul is wrong. Rahul की सदस्यता लोकसभा की ली गई थी गलत केस में. In very bad way, in a very humiliating way, he was made to leave his bungalow. Priyanka Gandhi was forced in the time of COVID to leave her bungalow and shift to a private flat, despite the fact that they are both children of somebody and they have a lot of hope against them. Sari security ली गई थी. Let me speak.
सरकारी बंगला
Okay, one by one. Hold on, please. Raman Malik, please. Raman Malik to respond. Respond to that.
See, my point is,
one by one, please.
My point is very simple. If Priyanka Gandhi is somebody's daughter, even I am somebody's son, even I should get a Luton bungalow, right? So that even I will get.
The kind of propaganda you are helping.
So that is one point.
Let him speak.
The second point
you
is,
can respond.
The second point is,
sir, you can respond.
The second point is very clear, which has to be understood. Now, in this particular case, one particular judge of the Rose Avenue Court has given a verdict. Will that stand with the High Court or not? Only time will tell. Will that stand through the Supreme Court? It will only be time.
It's a very damaging verdict.
Right? But what will be the observation of the Supreme Court and the High Court based on the statements narrated and registered by both the High Court and the Supreme Court on this particular case, and the judge doing what he has done already?
They don't even
will
know
it
the difference
hamper
between
the
bail order
judgment?
and
Will
a
it hamper the
discharge
faith
order?
in the judiciary?
But let me ask you.
Pertinent questions.
Okay, Vikas Gupta come in on this, and also I want to just read out. Now, of course, it's up to the High Court to look into this, but leave aside what has been said by the Arvind Pawar. No, this is not right. Very clearly, what has been stated by the CAG report, I also want to very quickly read out for the context of our viewers, because they also have a very damaging view in terms of what really has transpired as far as this entire case is concerned. They have raised questions about 2002.68 crores revenue loss. They have raised questions of margin of profit raised from 5% to 12%, no proper verification for license holders, relaxations granted without cabinet approval. Now, some of these points maybe the court has answered, but there are serious questions that emerge from the CAG report. So it's not an open and shut case as yet.
Madhav, as far as sometimes illegality and irregularity, there's a difference to it. You know, executive actions can't be called on criminal courts on the basis of irregularity. If there is some illegality that has been committed by the executive, that can be called into question, because that's what the executive represents, the will of the people. They have elected them. You know, 3 crore people come together and they elect an executive. So irregularity cannot be the basis of a criminal proceedings initiated. Only illegality can be done.
Okay.
More importantly, I just wanted to answer. Madhav, please understand the criminal system. Once a FIR is registered and investigation is on, and once you approach the higher courts for a bail, whatever the investigating agency material is collected is given to the courts, and the orders of the on the bail orders, whether it rejects a bail or it grants a bail, that has no bearing on the merits of the case. And that is precisely those orders are only for.
It says prima facie cases here. No, High Court has categorically said MS Reddy and Sarath Reddy gave statements out of free will. It shows that there was prima facie case.
No, but they also, the court judgment also compromised as the approvals goes.
Prima facie Modi जी
यहाँ पे ट्रायल पर ये बोल रहा है कि हम ट्रायल नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि चार्जशीट बहुत बोल रहे हैं।
No, Arvind Pawar, go back to your seat. Go back to your seat. Arvind Pawar, go back to your position. This is not right. None of this will be shown on camera. Next question for Ashwini Kumar Mishra. Ashwini Kumar Mishra, nothing will be shown. Nothing will be shown. Ashwini Kumar Mishra, question is for you. And this is a simple question. What Pawan Khera has said is there before us. What Manish Tiwari is saying is that he is congratulating Arvind Kejriwal and his colleagues on their discharge. Margaret Alva has come out to congratulate Arvind Kejriwal. What is the Congress party's actual position? Leave aside what your allies are saying. What is the Congress party's position? Because if I remember correctly, it was one of your leaders, Ajay Makar, who was the original complainant in this case.
Madhav, I.N.D.I.A Party has been colluding with Bharatiya Janata Party. Chor Mausere Bhai ka good cop, bad cop case ke log.
But then why did you come out in this case?
You asked me a question. Let me complete. They are colluding. There's an election in Gujarat, and they are in collusion so that they can fight. Probably good cop, bad cop, khel ke Congress ka damage kare. And BJP has used this tactics time and again. अगर आप तमिलनाडु का recent example देखो, तमिलनाडु में चुनाव है, इसलिए चिदम्बरम की ईडी भेज दी. So this is BJP's pressure politics, which Aam Aadmi Party has succumbed to.
Okay, this is BJP's politics.
Can I just respond?
Just focus on this one.
Respond.
So, I just want to ask them this. Conveniently, Anmol, बीच में चिल्लाने की आदत छोड़ दे भाई.
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ.
बीच में चिल्लाने की आदत छोड़ दे.
This is not right. This is not right. I have not called your name. Have I? Have I called your name? I have called her name. Let her speak.
पहले दिन से बीजेपी हैज फॉट अगेंस्ट द कांग्रेस. पहले दिन से बीजेपी हैज फॉट अगेंस्ट द आम आदमी पार्टी. आज दोस्त कल दुश्मन कौन पार्टीज होती है? ये दोनों. आज सुनीता केजरीवाल को गले कौन लगाता है? कांग्रेस. एक चुनाव में एलाइज बन जाते हैं, अगले चुनाव में दुश्मन बन जाते हैं. भाई ऐसा लगेगा आज तो यू आर सपोज्ड टू बी assumed to be on a high. आज भी दूसरों को नहीं बोलने दे रहा तो लगेगा ना कहीं कुछ काला है. रुक जा, जवाब दे दे.
तो दे दो. अरेस्ट क्यों किया राहुल गांधी?
पूछ रही हूँ.
राहुल गांधी को अरेस्ट क्यों किया?
पूछ रही हूँ कि आज आपकी रिश्तेदारी है, कल दुश्मनी हो गई.
राहुल गांधी को अरेस्ट क्यों
दोस्ती करते हो, कभी एक दूसरे के खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ते हो.
So can you guarantee now?
Arvind Kejriwal.
One second. Since you're one second. My question for Anmol Pawar is very clear. Last year, Pawan Khera very clearly said that Aam Aadmi Party is the alcohol-affected party. Are you going to tell us now that you will never tie up with the Congress party in the future in any election? Now that you've taken all these positions,
people
one by one. Let him answer.
People
one by one.
People have rejected them completely.
What about you? Have you rejected them completely? Have you rejected them?
Certainly, they are in collusion with BJP.
So you will never tie up with them.
They are standing shoulders and shoulders with them.
As a spokesperson of AAP, you are telling us you are not going to ever tie up with them in any future election.
Do you think?
That's your position.
Do you think so?
First make up
when it's Madhavji, 10 seconds. When it's amply clear that in Ambernath municipal polls in Pune, they did an alliance, BJP and Congress. They are the ones who has not put anyone from the Gandhi family behind bars in National Herald case.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Are you going to tie up with Congress in the future? Once again, I'm asking the question. Are you going to tie up with one second, please? Are you going to tie up with the Congress in the future or not?
Not at all. Not at all. They are on the point of political elections.
For any election.
State elections are different. State elections are different. National elections are different.
But they don't want to tie up with Congress. Are you from Congress or from the left?
I mean, everybody. No. See.
Madhavji.
All secular parties at least believe in the policy of secularism and socialism. They also do it. The Congress does it. The left, Tejasvi, and also the Samajwadi Party.
But Congress is accusing them of being the victim of BJP.
Yes, because there is a poll that is going to happen in Punjab. Let it be over. I am telling you, India Alliance is going to be together.
They're saying that Gujarat also you will tie up. Gujarat also you will tie up with BJP.
It is not about
BJP.
And state pressure politics is done by
One second, let him answer.
Let me refresh your memories. आप किसकी बात पे विश्वास कर रहे हो? They said हम देंगे 2 करोड़ रोजगार, हम जो है महंगाई दूर करेंगे, हम जो है भ्रष्टाचार दूर करेंगे. आज तक कुछ नहीं किया इन्होंने. आज तक कुछ नहीं किया. केवल गाड़ियों में घूमता है भ्रष्टाचार. केवल आम आदमी पार्टी के नेताओं को, केवल आम आदमी पार्टी के जेल में डालने के अलावा कोई काम नहीं किया इन्होंने.
Let's quickly look at this. Calm down. Let's look at the next talking point, please. The next talking point that we're talking about, of course, this is the status as far as Manish Sisodia, etc. are concerned. We've talked about the reactions coming in, but let's quickly look at another case. Calm down. This is not how the debate will go on. Very simple question over here that arises with ED widening the I.N.D.I.A probe is concerned against P. Chidambaram and Karti Chidambaram. The allegation of illegal gratification to entities controlled by Karti Chidambaram has come in. The second allegation of amounts routed through shell firms beneficially owned by Karti. Another statement coming from the ED note. Funds were layered and integrated via investment in shares. That's a third allegation. Number 4, Karti and close associates acted on behalf of P. Chidambaram. Another allegation. Karti interacted with I.N.D.I.A, collected proceeds of crime is allegation number 5. Now, these are some of the observations and allegations coming in. Proceeds routed and structured to conceal the money trail is what the ED is saying. And number 7, that funds thereafter utilized for investment in properties. They've also said the proceeds of crime quantified at approximately 65.88 crore. Charu Pragya, how is it possible that just a few weeks before the Tamil Nadu elections are announced, you have a situation where the prosecution sanction of a case that's on from 2017 suddenly comes? Doesn't that buttress their allegation that repeatedly agencies are used to try and paint a section of political leaders in a certain light just ahead of polls?
So every time anything concrete happens, the standard response from everybody in the opposition is political vendetta, elections around the corner. Madhav, in my country we have elections around the corner every 6 months. अभी ये यहाँ पर केजरीवाल का नाम लेकर बोल रहे हैं elections around the corner in Punjab. अब आप तमिलनाडु के लिए बोल रहे हैं elections around the corner. That does not stand. I'll tell you what stands.
You can respond.
तमिलनाडु में इलेक्शन 5 साल में एक बार होते हैं, हर रोज नहीं होते हैं.
एक मिनट भाई, अब कोर्ट मॉनिटर्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ, अरेस्ट हुए, बेल दी गई, एंड दैट इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज गोइंग ऑन एंड वी हैव ऑल दिस ऑन रिकॉर्ड फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस टू सी. ये कोई ओवरनाइट नहीं खड़ा हो गया. दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज एग्जिस्टेड एंड एनी पॉलिटिकल केस इन आवर कंट्री.
शर्मा नहीं है.
The prosecution sanction has just come. No. That's what ED said.
Unless there are going to be some things that are done legally to fast track cases, you have to understand that all these cases are going to take years. And let me remind you, यूपीए के पूरे टाइम में एक कन्विक्शन कर दिया सीबीआई ने, तो मुझे नाम बता देना.
Offense allegedly happened in 2006. We're in 2026. That certainly cannot be called fast track.
What is her
But
opinion?
the question for you is this. The question is that it's Mr. P. Chidambaram himself who said that there is no sanction that has been taken. Now the agency will say we have taken the sanction. This is what he said in court in 2024. Respond.
माधव, जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना है कर लो, जो चार्जेस लगाने लगा लो. कांग्रेस पार्टी केजरीवाल नहीं है, कांग्रेस पार्टी हेमंत बिस्व शर्मा नहीं है, कांग्रेस पार्टी वो सारे नेता नहीं है जो बीजेपी की प्रेशर पॉलिटिक्स में झुक जाएंगे या तो बीजेपी के सामने झुक जाएंगे और सकम कर देंगे. वील फाइट बिकॉज दिस ऑल आर fake cases created by Bharatiya Janata Party to take a political mileage, and we have seen it time and again. This case will also go into dustbin after some time जब चुनाव पूरे हो जाएंगे, जैसा बाकी केसेस में होता है.
Okay, this case will also go in the dustbin like the others.
दो पॉइंट है. एक तो ईडी का कन्विक्शन रेट राज्यसभा में दिया गया था, उसमें ईडी ने बोला कि 94.82% कन्विक्शन रेट है. 123 लोग कन्विक्ट किया गया, पैसे रिकवर किए गए. आप जाके पढ़ लीजिए. दूसरी बात, ये जो बार बार बोल रहे हैं पॉलिटिकल है कि अरेस्ट होते हैं पॉलिटिकल नहीं, इनके वकील से आम आदमी पार्टी और कांग्रेस के इसीलिए स्टेटमेंट आता है. जब अरविंद केजरीवाल अरेस्ट हुए थे और यही स्टेटमेंट किया गया था, तो हाईकोर्ट ने बोला कि ईडी पॉलिटिकल देख के नहीं करता है किसी को अरेस्ट, उसके जब एविडेंस होता है तभी अरेस्ट करता है, और बेल देने का जिम्मेदारी कोर्ट का होता है.
Okay, one by one. You're countering on the facts. Are you countering on facts?
94% का conviction rate है.
Is concerned. Do you have the facts at hand to counter it?
No, I'm asking a simple question to Charu Pragya. Okay.
Are answer the question he's asking. You saying 90% conviction rate.
94%.
No, absolutely.
94%.
How much assets have been attached? I'll give you more. I'll give you more data.
94%. What is the conviction rate of ED against politicians? 1%. Conviction rate of ED against politicians. 1%. इनकी डिग्री चेक कराओ. मोदी जी की तरह इनकी डिग्री नहीं है. मोदी जी की तरह मुझे लगता है इनकी डिग्री भी बहुत इंटायर पॉलिटिक्स वाली है. ये लॉयर नहीं है. वेरी पर्सनल.
No personal comments. That's not correct.
आप बोल रहे 94% कन्विक्शन रेट है.
1185 case got closed, 123 got convicted. This is
I think
Rajya
there's also a
Sabha.
difference in how you look at the statistics. But Charu Pragya, the point is just this. And let me bring in Raman Malik on that. Raman Malik, the point is this. How is it possible that, the entire charge of whitewash, repeatedly in various states, we see leaders whose investigations are on, they join with the BJP and those investigations suddenly go into the cold storage. Why does that happen?
Madhav, I will give you one simple answer and the nation will understand this. A person like Chidambaram should not be under ED. He is a very good person because he can, he has done agriculture of few crore rupees of cauliflowers on his balcony. And he is par excellence. He should not be tried. Not at all.
And this person is neutral.
So what is this? So what are you saying?
I am saying पता चल गया है कि बूथ लीकिंग से भारतीय जनता पार्टी में बहुत सारे पद मिलते हैं. Some people have realized that boot licking in BJP's ecosystem can take you to the places, and that is the reason. No, this is exactly what is happening. This is exactly what is happening. You call yourself neutral. In your starting statement, said you said I'm a neutral person.
You are much younger. You do not know who I am.
You are a fully politically motivated person.
Okay.
I am the politics. Don't worry. Okay. I am the politics. Don't worry. Madhav, my simple question. One question.
Quickly.
Please tell me, वो फॉर्मूला 6 करोड़ रुपए की गोभी कहाँ से उगती है बालकनी पे, वो मेरे को भी चाहिए. I want to earn money.
Okay. विकास गुप्ता.
अचानक शंकराचार्य के खिलाफ केस कहां से आया?
बताओ
क्यों आया?
वो आएगा. अभी अब आपको कोर्ट पे विश्वास नहीं है. अब कोर्ट पे
आपको इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसीज में विश्वास नहीं है,
कोर्ट में विश्वास नहीं है,
आप वहां भी बरी कर देंगे,
Okay, let's
वो भी बरी हो जाएंगे। आप नॉट चला रहे धर्म को मानने वाले
One second, Raman Malik, Vivek.
आप तो वैसे भी धर्म को मानने वाले नहीं।
कानून तो मानते हैं ना।
No one else, Vikas Gupta. The larger question is this. The larger question is that while opposition may say that these are cases that are being foisted up for political reasons, the agencies will say this is on the basis of evidence. There is a money trail, there is investment in properties, etc., to back up the claims or to back up the prosecution. Your response?
Madhav, if the money trail is there, it will never leave its mark. It will always be there. That's the best part as far as PMLA are concerned. But time and again, the investigating agencies have not been able to prove their case. That is also a fact of the matter. In Augusta-Westland helicopter case, Michelle was brought 7 years back. The maximum sentence is over and the trial has yet to begin. He's been out on bail now. So that is the sad.
His conviction rate is 94%.
I really don't. I don't want to argue on that point with us.
One second.
I'm not
also
here.
A selective interpretation.
I'm not here for side bettings, with him to argue on that point. That is for you to check up with your team. Must be able to feed you with the exact conviction rate as far as ED is concerned. That's besides. Fact of the matter is still that once the money trail is established, it should be easy for the investigating agencies. It is only when it is politically motivated you are able to make up a charge sheet, but you are not able to substantiate it in the court of law, even at the very initial stage of framing of charge. Forget about the end of the trial.
All right, we'll have to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Completely out of time. Charu Pragya, Shashank Shekhar Jha, Raman Malik, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Vikas Gupta, Vivek Srivastava and Advocate Amanu Pawar. Thanks so much for all of you for joining us on this edition of the National Debate.